Episode 36, The Councilman and The Otter. The tide was moving lazy that morning, rolling in like it had all the time in the world. But the ocean doesn't keep time. It keeps secrets. And that day it carried one right up to the pier. A chalk outline, floating. White powder tracing the shape of a body, bobbing in the kelp like some morbid pool toy. Only this wasn't street art or a prank from the college kids. This was the very spot where the city councilman had washed up the night before. The councilman had been under fire lately. Not for graft, not for zoning scandals, though he had plenty of both. No, what he had people spitting nails was his crusade against filtered cigarettes. Said they clogged storm drains. Said they were litter magnets. But Santa Cruz is a town where vices die slow, and he just picked a fight with every smoker still clutching a half-pack of Pall Malls. Now the guy's dead, and I've got the case. Name's Detective Billy Armi. Coffee in one hand, cigarette in the other, lungs negotiating which one will kill me first. The brass wanted it clean and fast. No conspiracy, no loose ends, no press headaches. Their answer? Pin it on a local menace. Otter 834. You remember her. She made national headlines a couple years back, tore onto surfers like they were pool noodles when they drifted too close to her pups. The papers called her a menace, an outlaw, a fury torpedo with teeth. Now the headlines wrote themselves. Killer Otter claims councilman. And that's how I ended up in a windowless room, across from the table 4 feet of 4 damp fur, black eyes, and eyes that just didn't blink enough. Otter 834, the most dangerous mammal in Santa Cruz County, at least according to the newsroom hacks. I cracked my knuckles, lit a cigarette, and tried to ignore the fact that my coffee had gone from cold to Arctic. All right, 834, I said. Councilman turns up dead in your neighborhood. You were spotted near the pier, circling a shark. Pier, not pier. I do know how to read English. You want to explain yourself? The otter squeaked, short, sharp. Sound somewhere between a bicycle brake and a dog toy. That's not an answer. That's a stall. She chitters, then lets out a low growl. Teeth flashing just enough to remind me she's got the equipment for violence. I slam the file shut, splash coffee across the table. You think this is a game? A man's dead, sweetheart. You're swimming in the middle of it. 834 rolls on her back, folding her paws like she's mocking the whole setup. Then 2 squeaks. Squeak smug, like punctuation. The file didn't help. Councilman found face down, blunt force trauma to the ribs. No claw marks. No bite wounds. Could have been a boat strike. Could have been a fall. Could have been the ocean's way of filing paperwork. But the otter was there. That's all the brass cared about. You've got priors, I said, pointing the cigarette at her like a gavel. Surfers, kayakers, paddle boarders, you go after them when they drift too close. You've tasted blood before. She squeaks high, almost a laugh, then grooms her whiskers like I'm not even worth her time. I drag deep on the cigarette. Ash drops onto the floor, turning the evidence into confetti. You keep playing cute. I'll hang this whole case around your furry little neck. 834 chitters, fast, machine gun style, then splashes water out of her dish just to make a point. Hours tick by. The overhead light hums like a bad radio signal. My patience runs out faster than my smokes. Every question, another squeak, another grunt, another blank stare. Sometimes she growls, sometimes she grooms, sometimes she stares at the ceiling like she's waiting for the tide. And finally I lose it. Maybe you did it. Maybe you dragged him down, spun him like a trout, cracked his ribs on the pilings. You're strong enough. Mean enough. You've got the history. The otter growls deep, rattling the table legs. For a second I see it in her eyes. Violence, raw and ancient. The kind that doesn't need lawyers or evidence. Just instinct. I lean back, let the smoke curl toward the buzzing light. Okay, or maybe I mutter, he was hit by a boat. Maybe he slipped. Maybe he never had a chance. Truth is, I can't pin it on you. Not solid.
Neener.
834 squeaks once. Low. Final. Like a verdict I'll never read in English. Case closed? Not really. Councilman's still dead. The city's still angry, and Otter 834 swims free. Maybe she did it. Maybe the ocean did. All I know is the tide keeps its own counsel, and my coffee never stays hot. I'll leave you with a poem. The councilman sank, the chalk lines spread. The tide kept secrets, the papers misread. The otter just squeaked while the rumors bled. The truth stayed hidden, the case went dead. The city smoked filters while justice fled, and that's why I don't juggle chainsaws in the bathtub. Until next time, Detective Billy Armi.
Neener.